Can you guys guess what I'm reviewing today? Michael Crichton, I think that's how you pronounce it, Congo. Oh. Psychotic Gorillas and Giant Diamonds. Wow, love this book. It was absolutely good. Favorite character was obviously Amy, who happens to be a talking gorilla and who happens to be successful. The book is pretty violent at certain times. They do end up finding themselves as part of a research project to use computers to find blue diamonds because of the matrix in it. It makes it easier to make technology. Once again, it's a Michael Crichton book. I think it was published in early 90s, maybe. So they talk about kilobytes a lot. 1980. Well, yeah. Published in 1980, so the book's like 40 years old. 40-something years old. So, or 30-something years old. I don't know. So it was published in 1980, and they talked about computers having like 150 kilobytes. And I was laughing because now a kilobyte isn't anything. I mean, that's like 3 pictures, or 1 picture on your smartphone. So, yeah. So the technology's dated in it, but as far as it being a novel, I just considered it a historical novel. Historical thriller, which is sometimes just what you gotta do. It was interesting to see how they used computers back in 1980, as well as the technology that was available at the time. The funny thing is that this is a science fiction thriller, which means everything was a little more advanced in the book at the time it was written, but now everything written in the books already came to pass, and the technology in it is out of date, which is pretty cool, to tell you the truth, to see how that kind of played out. Definitely a cool book. I love the gorillas. It was very ecologically based. So I definitely, global warming, I think it was kind of a way to encourage people to help conserve their resources in the environment at the time. So it was amazing just to see how the situation played out when there's like 30 people surrounded by a bunch of violent gorillas, or not gorillas. There's some variances in the story that aren't really played out there, but could have did a lot more with the premise. I'd like to see another movie made. I did like the movie that came out before, back in 1993. That's where I got the numbers mixed up. The movie was pretty good. It was actually one of my favorite movies as a kid, and it was the first movie I actually went to see and remember seeing in movie theaters. But then again, I was like 4 years old and passed out and fell asleep after like 20 minutes of it. And I remember waking up thinking, oh, I missed the movie. And then my grandmother just bought me the VHS tape when it came out. So this was finally nice, 30 years later, to actually read the book. I did have some problem with it at first because the print's real small, but I guess I figured my eyes adjusted. Definitely encourage you to read it. I'm going to read the back now. Deep in the heart of the darkest region of the Congo, near the legendary ruins of the lost city of Zinj, an 8-person field expedition dies mysteriously and brutally in a matter of minutes. 10,000 miles away at the Houston-based Earth Resources Technology Services, Inc., Supervisor Karen Ross watches a gruesome video transmission of that ill-fated team. A camp destroyed, tents crushed and torn, equipment scattered in the mud alongside bodies, and the grainy moving image of a dark blurred shape. In San Francisco, primatologist Peter Elliott works with Amy, an extraordinary gorilla with a 620 sign vocabulary and a fondness for finger painting. Who doesn't have a fondness for finger painting? Her recent drawing machines with a stunning accuracy that betrayed brittle pages of a Portuguese print dating back to 1642, a drawing of the ancient lost city. Immediately a new expedition is sent into the Congo, descending into a secret world where the only way out may be through the grisliest death. Definitely check this book out if you have an opportunity to. I enjoyed it. And as you guys can tell, I've been reading a lot of Michael Crichton. I hope it's not pronounced Crichton, because that would be embarrassing, but it is what it is. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Have a good weekend, good day. Who knows? It's probably Friday, so have a good weekend.